Hello, my name is Erin Doan, and this is my assessment video where I will be discussing the initiative and referendum process as it pertains to the Arizona Constitution. An initiative is a process that allows the citizens to propose new laws or amendments to the Arizona Constitution. This is done by gathering the necessary number of petition signatures, meeting all of the necessary requirements, and then finally it is placed on a ballot for citizens to vote. In Arizona, the ballot initiative process has been a source of great change of recent years. With the legalization of medical marijuana, a minimum wage increase, and then the legalization of recreational use marijuana have all been approved by voter initiatives. A referendum is a method by which voters may veto a law or a part of a law by gathering signatures from registered voters and placing the issue on the ballot. Ballot referendum petitions are voter challenges to the law that's imposed by the state. Also known as ballot measure, the first citizen initiative constitutional amendment referendum on the ballot was measure number 300-301, and voters approved it. This ballot initiative granted women the right to vote and to hold public office in Arizona. Referendums are created in 3 steps. Citizens can file a petition. They can refer law to voters. Supportive signatures must equal 5% of the last year's election. And that is a requirement in order for this referendum to be processed. Petitions are submitted to the Secretary of State, who then verifies. If that number of required signatures are collected, the law is then placed on hold and would be referred to the ballot. Finally, the referendum is approved if a majority of those voters support it. If rejected, it doesn't take effect. Initiatives, on the other hand, are created in a 4-step process. Citizens draft a proposal of law or amendment. Supporters petition by gathering the signatures from the voters. And for this one, if it's a statutory initiative, it requires 10% of the voters from last year's election, national election, whereas constitutional amendments require a little bit more. They require 15%. Petitions are submitted to the Secretary of State for verification, and if enough of those signatures have been received, it will go on the next ballot. Finally, the initiative is approved if it receives a majority of those votes. Initiatives and referendums are similar. Both end in a public vote, and both require a certain number of petition signatures in order to get to that ballot. Both also allow people to directly contribute to that legislative process. They differ in that referendums challenge laws already in place, while as initiatives are ideas proposed by citizens themselves. Another difference is that initiatives usually require a lot more signatures than referendums do. Some of the pros of initiatives are that they empower citizens to speak for themselves while addressing issues that policymakers might have overlooked or not even considered. On the other side, initiatives are time-consuming and costly. It takes a lot to collect all those signatures. Referendums are great because they allow citizens to reject or approve laws and encourage public opinion consideration. However, they are subject to special interest groups' influence, and that is usually a pretty big problem. Lastly, I would like to discuss how both initiatives and referendums support the idea of direct democracy. By allowing citizens to have a direct say in the government and the Arizona Constitution, it empowers its voters. Initiatives and referendums encourage citizens to actively participate in this legislative process. Voters can overturn or change decisions and shape laws to reflect the needs of the people and the interests of the people and for the people. Thank you so much. Have a great day.